Hey everybody, welcome back. Sorry I missed the video yesterday. I had some things come up. Um, so today we're going to work on, or I'm going to write a song in another chord progression. Last time we used the 50th progression to write a song. This time I'm going to use the three chords 1, 5, and 4. These are the most common chords you'll see just all over the place in popular music. Is the 1, the 5, and the 4 chord, sometimes called the tonic, the dominant, and the subdominant chords, and there's other names too. In this key, we're going to be in the key of G, 1 sharp, G major, 4, 4. The 1 chord is going to be the G chord. So let's just throw that up real quick. Drop some of this noise. Maybe even lower. Okay, and then if you were ever a kid and you played the piano, you would do your scale da 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 dum, and then they would your music teacher might have had you do a cadence at the end. It's very common to do a da 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 da, right? Da 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 da, where they'll have you do 1, 4, 1, 5, 7, and then 1 again. So we're just going to do that same progression. It's very common. All you piano people will remember it. Still on this. So there's 1, 4, 1, and then let's drop some 5, 7 here. And then we're going to use the same format that we have been using. The same form, which is that AABA form, to write this song. And then for this B section, we'll do the same chord progression, but we'll just change up the timing. And this is actually a pretty good example of using the chord progression to alter your rhythmic pattern, or using rhythm to create contrast. So right now we're just filling in chords, chords. This last measure here. Okay, now we're ready to get started on the part that everybody likes the most, which is the melody. So for the melody for this time, I'm trying out this violin as the instrument instead of the voice, and I think that'll probably give us a little better contrast. I've noticed in some of the previous videos that the vocal samples on this program don't have as good of a contrast as as might be desired. So let's just start out with something. That's not working for us. Let's take this down a lot. Let's try that. Okay, let's write a B section. Make sure that's a little bit loud. So what I'm going to do here is I was just thinking about this. I think for some more contrast, I want to come down the B section. And so I want to come down to this G. So instead of unfolding that dominant chord up to the C, folding it back in on itself down to this guy right here. Actually, let's take this second one. And this is actually a little bit different technique, or formally, it's a little bit different. Hold on just a second, sorry. All right, so formally, this is a little bit different than what we've been doing so far, where we would have, well, in previous videos, we would start on the 1, and then our first 4 measures would end on the dominant, and then our second A section would end on the tonic. This time, we're ending both of them on the dominant, but the way we're leading into the next phrase is different. So in this case, we're going up to the C, and in this case, we're coming down to there. In both cases, we're coming back to the tonic. But I like that this second ending better for how we're going to end here, because I want to end on that solid resolution rather than further up on the chord. So let's give this a listen. And there you have it. So it's pretty very similar to what we did last time. Really all I'm doing here is I'm throwing down my chord progression to start 1, 4, 1, 5, 7, 1, 4, 1, 5, 7. And then the same thing here. Even the B section has the same chord progression, but what we've done is we're using we're using the rhythms. We're changing up the rhythms, both of the chords and of the melody, to give us contrast. That's what a B section is trying to do, is give contrast. So you can keep your harmonies identical, and just change up your rhythms to give us that contrast. Another thing that we did that was a little bit different is I used a little bit more complicated rhythm than we have so far. This da dun da dun dun. That is a more complicated a rhythmic meter, but it's not too much more difficult, and we'll be exploring more difficult rhythmic meters in the videos to come. So I hope this is starting to get you, starting to help you write songs and give you ideas about how to write your own songs. So deliberately starting with more simple material, simpler chords, simpler rhythms, and we're going to gradually build up to more complicated stuff. But I hope you're enjoying this series so far, and it's Friday, so I'll probably see you guys next week. Have a great weekend.